Welcome everybody to the harmonic analysis of the Beatles, the first album, Please Please Me. Chord changes is like a language, and my goal here is to show just a little bit of how this language works. Not that the Beatles were thinking in these harmonic terms. Just like when we speak a language, we don't normally consciously think of its structure, but it can be useful to know and recognize these patterns. Not only if you play music regularly, but also if you want to appreciate and explore music from a new dimension. Hopefully most of the terms used in this video will be familiar to you, and if not, I have some introductory videos that will help explain them. For example, the first chord of the key, its foundation, is called tonic, with a symbol capital T. And then the 4, capital S, is a subdominant, and 5, capital D, is dominant. Uppercase Roman numerals are major chords, while lowercase Roman numerals are minor chords. I'll also use terms like lower and upper substitute. Those are not common at all, but I think they are more easily understood than traditionally used TD3 or TS6. The lower substitute of a chord is a chord that is a third lower than the original. For example, in a C major key, the lower substitute for a C major chord will be A minor. And then an upper substitute for a C major chord will be an E minor chord. Substitute means that the chord serves the function of whatever chord it has to replace. Maybe to add some color to it, or to help with a future transition, who knows. Some chords are altered, they don't belong to the original key. For example, in the key of C major, A flat will be considered an altered chord. Altered chord will be marked red. Also, you'll hear the word cadence a lot. A cadence is just the ending of a musical phrase. Well, should we start? It will certainly help if you know the songs before starting to analyze them. If you don't know the songs from the Please Please Me album, please listen to them first before watching this video. Enjoy! Try to recognize chord functions by ear so that when you hear a new song, you can tell by the way it sounds, aha, that's a dominant or a tonic or anything else. Let's start. I Saw Her Standing There is in the key of E. It's rock and roll, so instead of normal chords, major, 1, 4, and 5, we will have 7th chords, which will bring us a sense of rock and drive. We'll start with a typical 1, 4, 1. Well, she was just 17 and 4, back to 1, and before too long fell in love, 5 dominant, back to 1, I'll never dance, 4 with another. Oh, this is the most unusual and cool chord in this song, right? It's out of key, it's a flat 6th chord, and it gives us this sense of awe, and after that we will return back to our tonic, and then 5 and 1. Since I saw her standing there. Repeats. On the bridge, it goes to a subdominant chord, so to 4. Well, my heart went boom when I crossed that room, and I held her hand, 5 in one. That's to 4. So see, that's unusual because we go from 5, from dominant, to 4, subdominant, to 1. The song ends with 1, 5, 1, and then our rock and roll progression 5, 4, 1. Well, since I saw her standing there. Well, since I saw her standing there. 4, 1. World is treating me bad. Misery is written in the key of C, but it won't start with the tonic chord. Instead, it will start with 4, 5, and 1. The world is treating me bad in misery. Then we revert to a lower substitute, and then 5 and 1, and then the song starts. I'm the kind of guy, back to 1, who never used 4 to cry. Stay on 4. The world is treating me 5, da-da-da-da, back to 1 to tonic, and then lower substitute, dominant, and then it continues. Now in the bridge we go to a lower substitute followed by tonic. I remember all the little tonic. And she sees she'll always be dominant. Dominant seventh, and then it continues to the verse. I lost her now for sure. I won't see her no more. Stay on 4. The song finishes with a loop of tonic, lower substitute, tonic, lower substitute. Misery, misery, misery. I like the chromatic moves here in the melody. And then that sequence continues even when the singing starts. And you come and ask me, girl, to set you free, girl. And then it will go tonic, relative minor, then 2, 5, 1. You say he loves you more than me, then 2 and 5 go to him. So there's 2, that's a lower substitute of subdominant, 5 is dominant, 1. That is a very common jazz progression, 2, 5, 1. And the Beatles music has plenty of examples of 2 and 5 and 1. Don't let me down, that was 2, 5. Don't let me down, from their much later song. And girl, before you go now, I want you to know now that I still love you so, but if he loves you more, go with him. And then to go to the bridge, we will make it into a tonic 9th, tonic 7th chord, so that the tension is more setting it up to resolve in 4. All of my life I've been searching for a girl like to want to love me like I love you. Tonic 7th. But every girl I've ever had, subdominant minor, breaks my heart and leaves me sad. Then we'll have a secondary dominant, dominant. What am I supposed to do? And then continues with the tonic. Now this move from 4 to minor 4, contrasting one with the other, is beautiful, and it's called a model shift. So we'll go to 4 for the bridge. But every girl I've ever had, minor, breaks my heart and leaves me sad. Then secondary dominant, dominant 1. What am I supposed to do? Secondary dominant is like a dominant relative to the dominant, right? So when this chord shifts to the dominant, it almost like resolves in the dominant. And then of course dominant is not stable itself, and then it resolves into 1. The song ends with tonic, relative minor, tonic, relative minor. Go with him. You can go with him now. Go with him. Chains is a typical rock and roll song that uses blues progression in the key of B flat. So 1, then 4, then some development, coming back to 1 to tonic. Very typical in most Beatles songs. And then the rock and roll progression is 5, 4, 1. Reset, so 5 and then back to 1. Continues. Chains, baby's got me locked up in chains, and it ain't the kind that you can't see. Oh, it's chains of love, got a hold on me. 5, back to 1. Then we change to tonic 7 to increase the tension before going to the bridge. The bridge starts with 4, back to 1, 4, 5, 1. Want to tell you, pretty baby, I think you're fine. I'd like to love you, but darling, I'm imprisoned by these chains. And then goes back to 1 and continues. Boys is another rock and roll song in the key of E. And all the chords will be sevenths. Again, that's a stylistic thing. This song doesn't start with a tonic. It starts with dominant, then subdominant, then 1. It starts with 5, 4, tonic, dominant. I've been told when a boy kissed a girl, take a trip around the world. 4, 1. Hey, hey, 5, 4, 1, 5. We've seen this blues progression in the previous 2 songs, Chains, and then I saw her standing there. 4, development, back to tonic, rock and roll progression. When I talk about boys, don't you know I mean boys? Well, I talk about boys now. Back to 1, 5, 4, 1. I love you. Ask me why is in the key of E. And it will go to the median, to the third, but it won't go directly. It will go through a little planing. So planing is when you go in a linear motion. So E, second, third, and then even coming back to 1, we will go through 2 again. So 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. I love you, 'cause you tell me things I want to know. And it's true that it really only goes to show. And after that, our tonic wants to shift to relative minor, the lower substitute. But instead of directly switching, we will use a dominant to that relative minor. And then relative minor. That it really only goes to show, 'cause I know that After that, we will use a borrowed chord, which will be a minor subdominant, right? Usually, in the major key, we have a major subdominant, major dominant, tonic. But here, we will use the minor fourth. A little more intimate and reflexive. And then secondary dominant, dominant, and tonic to restart our verse. See how it works out. That it really only goes to show that I know that I would never, never, never be blue. And it continues to the verse. And on the bridge, we will be doing 1, 4, 5, and to make the tonic a little more unstable, so that it wants to go to 4, we will be not using the 7th, which would be normal and expected, but instead the augmented chord. That's another way to increase instability of your chord. I can't believe 5, it happened to me. Augmented, I can't conceive 5 of any more misery. Came back to tonic. Then we'll have an interesting part. Instead of continuing to the verse, we will have this 1, 2, 3, our planing motion. But then instead of going back to tonic, we will be playing between this mediant subdominant, mediate subdominant. Ask me why, I'll say I love you, and I'm always thinking of you. Isn't it beautiful? The Beatles use this in some other songs. Nowhere man, please listen, you don't know what you're missing, in a much later song. But here we will have, ask me why, I'll say I love you, and I'm always thinking of you. Comes to tonic and continues with a verse. Please Please Me is in the key of E, and it starts with tonic. 5-5-1. So this 5-1 is called authentic cadence, is a very affirmative. Yes, this is a major here. Let us restate it once more. 5-5-1. The verse starts tonic, development, subdominant, back to 1. That's plagal cadence. Last night I said these words to subdominant, right? Development, back to 1, plagal cadence. And look, in between we will have this. And this move gives this rocky feel, right? Because it starts with a chromatic mediant, which is a flat third chord, and then 4 and 5, which makes this whole move a linear motion, right? Because we have 3, 4, and 5, and then after 5 we return to the tonic. Last night I said these words to my girl, flat third, 4, and 5. I know you never even subdominant 1, and then come on begins, which is a play around the subdominant. So we will have subdominant, its lower substitute, its upper substitute, lower substitute, upper substitute, itself, to tonic, 4, 5, 1. I don't wanna sound complaining, but you know there's always rain in my heart. Then it repeats, 4, 5, 1. The ending of the song is interesting though. The power move is the lower third, then the lower 6, 5 and 1. Oh yeah, like I please. 1. Power move, lower 6, the sense of wonder, 5 and 1. Love Me Do is a blues in G, and like most blues songs, it will not be using regular chords, but instead 7th. That's a stylistic choice. It's a relatively simple song. It will go through a series of 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1. Love me do, you know I love you, I'll always be true, stand for please, love me do. Notice that it doesn't go in a regular major key, love me do. In the blues, in the melody, we'll use a flat third, love me do. Then it repeats. On the bridge though, we will go from a dominant, from the 5th, someone to love, 4 to 1. Dominant, 4, 1. This 5, 4, 1, typical blues move. P.S. I Love You is in the key of D, and we will not start with the chord of D, not with a tonic, but instead with subdominant dominant 1. Only that in this case, we will not use our typical 5 dominant chord, but we will use a 7th. So instead of, we will be doing unusual because this chord has a lot of tension and really wants to resolve into 1. As I write this letter, repeat, send my love to you. Remember that I'll always 1, 5, 1. Then the verse begins. And the verse will be 1, then linear motion to 2, back to 1, 5. And instead of coming back to normal 1, we'll do a deceptive cadence, so it will come to a relative minor. Treasure these few words till we're together. 5. Keep all my love. Oh, deceptive cadence forever. Oh, let's repeat 5. But this time, again, it doesn't resolve in tonic, but instead it goes to this magical feeling of flat 6, flat 7th, 1. Keep all my love forever. P.S. I love you. You. On the bridge, we have a series of 4 to 1, 4 to 1 plagal cadence. As I write this letter, 4, 1. Remember that I'll always 1, 5, 1 to reaffirm our sense of tonic. Be in love with you. Baby It's You, it's written in the key of G. The intro of this song is using tonic, relative minor, tonic, relative minor. So not really a development, but then quick switch from happiness to sadness before the verse begins. Oh, that's development, right? That's coming to subdominant. It's not the way you smiled that touched my heart. Again, 4 and 1. It's not the way you kissed that tears me apart. We switch to the relative minor, right, to the lower substitute of tonic. And for a little bit, this will become our new tonic. Many nights go by, subdominant. I sit alone at home and cry over you. Oh, we came back to our original tonic, right? So back to G, our original tonic, lower substitute. What can I do? But now we need to reaffirm that G is for real our new tonic, right? So what's the best way to do it was to use a complete cadence, 4, 5, and 1. Can't help myself, for baby it's you, and then it repeats. And then a new verse begins. You'll never know how much I really love you. Do you want to know a secret? Is a song in E minor, right? Our first song in a minor key. Starts normal, 1, 4, 1, right? Plagal cadence. You'll never know how much I really love you. Then we go to upper substitute, relative major. You'll never know. And for consistency, we could have done subdominant and then something else. How much I really care, or something like that, right? But instead, they're using a flat 2nd chord, so unusual. In classical music under right conditions, that's called a Neapolitan chord. So, relative major. You'll never know how much I really care. And that's a dominant chord. And it could have gone back to the minor, which we started with, but we will do a key change. We will modulate because this 5 is also dominant to the major chord. So we will, instead of resolving it to A minor, we will resolve it to E major, and the song starts and continues most of it in the key of E major. So it's 1, and it's kind of like 2, 5, 1, which is so common in jazz. But to get to that 2, we will first jump to 3, to the mediant, and then do a little planing down. So 3, flat 3, 2, and then 5, 1. Listen, do you want to know a secret? Do you promise not to tell? The magic feeling chord, the flat 6th, and then it continues. And instead of resolving back to 1, it goes to 4, 5, and then 6. So a deceptive cadence. 4, 5, and instead of going to 1, we have this relative minor, like, oh, what just happened? That's a deceptive cadence. Say the words you long to hear, I'm in love with you. 2, 5, 1. For the bridge, we will have, we will play around a subdominant. So subdominant, lower substitute, upper substitute, and we will go back to repeat the subdominant, but we will go through a little planing. We will go through minor 5th and then to 4. I've known a secret for a week or 2. That's our planing chord. Nobody knows, just we do. 5. And then it continues. The end of the song is a series of deceptive cadences. 2, 5, 6 instead of 1. 2, 5, 6 instead of 1. That's deceptive cadence. A taste of honey, tasting. The intro, we will go from tonic to relative major, right? So to the 3rd, 7, which has a dominant function, and to 1. Now, in minor, 7 to 1 is common. In major, 5 to 1 is common, right? In minor, also 5 to 1 is common, but there's a beautiful transition in minor of 7 to 1. Relative major, 7, 1. The verse, we will have a descending motion of the bass, while the rest of the chord is kept the same. That's linear motion, is called cliché, walk down. It's chromatic here. And we will ultimately come to subdominant, but not to the regular one, but to a major subdominant. So it's a borrowed chord. I dream of your first kiss, and then that's our major subdominant. I feel upon my lips again, major subdominant. Back to 1, a taste of honey, relative major, 7, 1. At some point, we'll be playing between tonic and major subdominant, tonic, major subdominant. I will return, yes, I will return. Relative major, 7, and 1. There's a place is written in the key of E, and the intro is 1, 4, 1, 4, right? So typical progression, development coming back to tonic, development coming back to tonic. Makes it interesting that is adding the major 7th chord. 4, 1, 4. There's a place where I can go when I feel low, relative minor, when I feel blue. And then instead of resolving it back to tonic, we'll have this little extension. So we'll go to upper substitute of tonic, subdominant. This 3-4 motion, beautiful. And in my mind, now the tonic itself subdominant, and there's no time. And here we are supposed to come back to tonic, right? Because we had this 4-1 ending so many times. But instead we will go unexpectedly to a lower substitutive tonic, right, to the relative minor. So it's like our 4 resolves not to 1, but unexpectedly to. There's no official term for it. You can call it plagal deceptive cadence, I suppose, but some of the Beatles songs have that. And there is time when I'm alone, and then it repeats. To come to the bridge, we will go through 4, 5, and then jump into a relative minor. Like I love only you. Relative minor, deceptive cadence. And for a little bit, it becomes our new tonic. 1, subdominant, upper substitute, dominant. In my mind, there's no sorrow. Don't you know that it's so? There'll be no sad tomorrow. Don't you know that it's so? Back to 1. But then it's like, let's come back to our senses and bring back our original key through 5, 1. There's a place, 5, 1, and then the song continues. Twist and Shout in the key of D, a very cheerful song, 1, 4, 5 progressions throughout, right? So 1, development, tension, resolution. Well, shake it up, baby, now 4 and 5, twist and shout. Notice again, because it's a little bluesy, it doesn't do twist and shout, but instead, twist and shout. That's a bluesy note, right? The 3rd, that's flattened. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby, now. Come on and work it out. In the bridge, it goes 1, 4, 5, 4, 1. This 5, 4, 1 is what we call the rock and roll progression. 1, 4, 5, 4, 1, 4, 5, 4, and it goes like that. And at some point, it stops it on 5, and it builds up a chord, a dominant chord with the 7th. It's still a dominant chord, and then a lot of screaming, and this dominant resolves back into 1. And in the end, we resolve the dominant in ascending motion of planing, right? Parallel motion up. Tonic 9.